welcome to Spanish 1. This is our first live Ustream session. Those of you who are at home, you're going to have about a 30-second delay. So if I do not get to your questions, please make sure to K-mail them to me, and I will be glad to help you out. So today we're going to go over Unidad 19, Unit 19. This is the agenda for today. We're going to go over that week 2 calendar. Just review Class Connect Spanish grade book information, and this is for mainly our new students who are taking Spanish. And then our essential question for the week. And we will go over Unit 19 vocabulary, professions, and grammar. I should say grammar, ordinal numbers. And then those students who are here, we're going to do conversation station and after our questions. So I'm going to change those two. Okay, so for week 2, semana 2, you see on 120 you had your remind sign up and you had your essential question response that you had to do. Make sure you've completed that. That was due last week. Okay, and then you, starting from now on, every Friday you're going to see the essential question response assignment that you need to turn in. You're going to do this through Middlebury on Fridays. Okay, so Friday, essential question response number 2 is due. Your notes, you're going to keep those notes and give them to your homeroom teacher. Okay, one for yourself, and then make a copy for your homeroom teacher. I don't collect the notes for Spanish courses. Okay, if you go to Class Connect, you can find my YouTube channel there. If you miss any of the live sessions or in-person sessions, and then there's my Ustream channel as well. And that is the Spanish grade book. Okay, that's what I'm going to be using to determine what your grade is for the course. So once you click into Middlebury PowerSpeak, on the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see that Apple tab, and that is where you will see your progress. Total points, grade to date, and then down you will see over here, okay, any of the assignments that are past due will show up in red. Our essential question, pregunta esencial. Okay, you're going to respond in Spanish. What professions are you interested in pursuing in the future? And you're going to explain why. Okay, so when you go into the calendar, you should be able to see the vocabulary there. Okay, and then you have 5 sets. We're going to start with our first set. El contador, we have the accountant, el arquitecto, the architect, el artista, the artist, el o la atleta, the athlete, el o la banquero, o banquera, the banker, okay. And our next one, we have los negocios, that is the business. And then you're either going to have el hombre de negocios or la mujer de negocios. So we have hombre, the businessman. What would la mujer? In this case, we would have masculine, feminine, right? The businesswoman. And then you have el programador, the computer programmer. And our set 2, el dentista, el agricultor, el bombero, el juez, el abogado, el cartero, el gerente, y el mecánico. So that's our set number 2. You should have this as part of your vocabulary guide once you print it out. El doctor, okay, some of these are cognates, so they're going to be Very easy to remember as you are practicing. Okay. El doctor, what would that one be? Doctor. Yeah, the doctor. El enfermero, the nurse. El pintor, the painter. El plomero, the plumber. Okay. El policía, a police officer. So again, these are cognates very similar in spelling and of course in meaning for English and Spanish. And then el político, el científico, and our last one, la secretaria. Okay, more professions. The singer, el cantante, la maestra, el profesor, okay, el mesero, el escritor, la carrera, el colegio, y el salario. Okay, so there's a couple of blank here for you to make sure to go back and review. So we have la maestra, the teacher, el profesor, that's a cognate, so it's very similar in meaning. Profesor, what does it sound like? Profesor. What profession? It looks very similar to the English equivalent.
Spanish is like pronouncing like
Profesor. Professor. Okay, so the professor or the teacher. And then right here, el colegio, the college, the salary. And here on our next set, okay, some words that might be helpful, useful words in your response for this week's assignment. Okay, algún día, someday, el futuro, the future, la universidad, the university, construir, to build, graduarse, to graduate, enseñar a, to teach, ayudar a, to help, y tratar de, to try to.
Is this supposed to be on here right now?
Yeah, it's not showing.
No. They're asking if there's class.
You know what? Is it still my left one? Maybe it's my left one. You just went on live, go live.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was already just already.
Okay, it's in the wrong one. So can you, those students that are there, can you just tell them to join me on the Goa Black one? Okay. So you can copy this. Okay, so, yeah, and just change it and say it's Goa Black. Were they in the Spanish one?
Yeah. Oh, I can
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you just change it for it to say Goa Black one, and you paste it. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the multiple choice here. Okay, so let's take a look. We have tratar de, to try to. So you have to learn the meaning of these vocabulary words. You're going to have multiple choice quizzes and tests later on. So if you know the meaning, you're going to be able to answer questions such as these. Tengo que tratar de graduarme de la universidad en 4 años. So you want to go back, make sure you look at the meaning. Tratar de. So what would be the correct one? D. C. Good job. To try to.
I just assumed.
And then the next one. El artista presenta su arte en la galería.
guess D.
Artista, artist, yes, and that's a cognate, makes it easier to remember.
So if you take off the A, then it.
Perfect, yes, the artist. Our next
I'm
one,
actually surprised myself because I'm not good at Spanish at all.
we just need to keep practicing. So we have el bombero ayuda a rescatar a una familia de la casa en llamas. So
B.
bombero, firefighter. So practicing this way will also help. Algún día yo seré un arquitecto. So that one's a cognate, looks very similar. Architect. So let's see. Muy bien. That's good. Okay. So our next unit here, part of a unit is grammar, which is on ordinal numbers. So ordinal numbers are used very similarly as we do in English. Okay, so when we're talking about numbers, we're dealing with first to 10th,
I
right?
know all that.
Okay, primero, segundo, tercero, cuarto, quinto, sexto, séptimo, octavo, noveno, y décimo. Okay, so you're starting off with these 10.
Right.
But not only do you need to know the meaning, you also need to know how to use them in a sentence,
Right.
okay? So the first rule, like a lot of our rules have been, is that they need to agree in gender and number, okay? So if we're talking about the fourth son, which is,
So it would be El
Four.
Cuatrero.
They're saying that it's the same page.
so we have cuarto right here. So, and we're talking about son, we're dealing with masculine singular, right? In this case, masculine singular noun. So we would say el cuarto hijo. Okay? So here we're dealing with daughter, which is going to be feminine singular. We're just dealing with one feminine noun. So it would be, instead of el, it would be la. And instead of cuarto, we're going to have to switch that to cuarta
Right.
and hija. Okay, so we see how all these change and match each other. So now we're talking about changing it to plural. Okay, the first people. So we're going to change this to las primeras. Okay, so going back, it's primero, it's first, right? And here, personas is going to be plural, feminine plural.
Right.
So we're going to have las primeras personas. The boys, that one is masculine, and it's more than one, so it's plural. So we're going to change it from las to los primeros chicos. Okay. So number one rule, ordinal numbers, you're going to find out as you go through the lessons, you finish up, that they need to agree in gender and number. Okay, so these are some examples here. Rule number 2, when primero and tercero come before a singular masculine noun, you're going to drop the O. Okay, so I'm going to give those students who are watching live some time to write this down. I'm going to get to some questions right now through Ustream.
I think they were able to, because this one was different from this one. What did you want it to be again?
Oh, the thing?
Yeah. I was gonna let them know, like, to check in, so.
It was Goa Spanish one. That's the one it's showing up on.
Yeah, that's what it's coming up on.
Are you let them know?
Yeah, I put it on the other one, and
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna
good.
tell them to let know if they were able to get on. Which I think they did, because I saw the viewers go up. That's just weird.
I just had my left one, so probably just went automatically to that.
Okay.
Okay, so examples here. The first one, el primer hijo. So we're not gonna say el primero hijo, okay? We're dropping that O, and that is that goes along with this rule, okay? So comes before a singular masculine noun. And then the next one, we have the third test, el tercer examen. Same thing, we wouldn't say el tercero examen, okay? So practicing your ordinal numbers. Primero, segundo, tercero, cuarto. Want to keep practicing and doing your warm-ups in the Middlebury program.
They said they can't see the screen.
Okay.
Can you move this a little bit?
Yeah, let's see if it works.
Do you want
How
me
does
to?
it look?
Um,
Oh, it just looks small.
yeah. It's not. Hold on. Here, do you want me to? I can.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have something else to.
Might just have to do another recording for them.
Okay, I think that might be better.
Okay, so for your response to the essential question, ¿qué quieres ser en el futuro? ¿Por qué? You're going to use, I'm sorry, this is for conversation, okay? So thinking about the essential question about what profession you want to pursue, okay? You want to use some of these starter words, phrases. Yo quiero ser, I want to be. Yo necesito que, I need to. So in here, you're going to use ser instead of hacer. Okay, ser is to be, hacer is to do. Okay. So it goes with our essential question. Okay. ¿En qué profesión estás interesado o interesada para el futuro? Explica por qué. So what profession are you interested in pursuing in the future? And you're going to explain why. Okay, using the Spanish vocabulary you have been given. Okay, so this is the time when I'm going to take questions from students who are here live or via Ustream. And then after I'm done with the recording, I'm going to work with students who come in person who have questions or want to work on their response to the essential question. So make sure you turn in your essential question number 2 response, and you also want
Do
to.
we have to do anything after this? Since we're in here? No? Okay.
So you want to do that, and make sure that you are up to date with the calendar on
Is
your
that the same for that
assignments.
one too?
Mm-hmm. Okay, any questions? Did I
They
get
just
questions?
said that it's really hard to see and that it's really quiet. Yeah.
You might be having
Yeah, I'll
errors.
post a recording. Oh, yeah.
They might be having like Ustream errors or something.
Okay, thank you so much.
That's it?
I'm gonna stop the recording here. Please make sure to K-mail me. For those students who are watching Ustream, if you're having issues, I'm gonna go back to the recording and probably do a separate recording to send to you so you can get this information.